This one may perplex some people, but stress and love are a privilege. They are not a right. They are not something that everyone just has. It is a privilege that is bestowed upon you by others, and one that should be treated as such. And when it's bestowed upon you, that you need to act accordingly. I was thinking about this last night, because last night my beautiful babies, well, if we're being honest, had a fucking night. I had a night. My son came in about midnight and no words, no nothing, just brought his bottle, hopped into bed, snuggled in, and he was like, this is good. This is now where I sleep. And my daughter came in at least 4 times to get snugged and bugged again and needed a drink and all those kinds of things. And in those moments, it's very easy to get frustrated because you're tired, you're sleep deprived, your whole circadian rhythm fucks with you. One of the times it freaked me the fuck out because I didn't hear my daughter come in and suddenly she's in my face. But that love, that adoration, all of that is a fucking privilege. And I think, as I said, it's hard in the moment to appreciate how lucky that is, how beautiful that is, how blessed we are in those moments. And to not be like, well, this is fucking inconvenient for me. This is irritating. This is annoying. I need my sleep. Yes. No, you need to be able to be present, be in the moment, and be appreciative of, well, the privilege of that love. And it doesn't have to just be the love of a child. It can be love of a partner, love of a friend, love of family, any of those things. But that love is a privilege, and a privilege that you, well, need to live up to, need to act as if. A lot of what chasing greatness is built around is the act of, well, being the best version of yourself for others, because that love is a privilege, but it creates other things. Like one of my favorite phrases is that it is your duty, your honor, and your obligation to be the greatest version of yourself. And that's due to the privilege of that love that has been bestowed upon you, that love and faith and adoration that is given to you by others. It becomes your duty, your honor, and your obligation to be worthy of that. And I think it's a weird mix when it comes especially to children, that they will love you endlessly no matter what. Unquestionably, no matter what. It's the love that none of us deserve, and it's the love that is purifying and cleansing and uplifting, and the most beautiful thing that we can ever have in our entire life is the love of a child, because it is truly unquestioning. Like, there are no requirements, there are no, I'm trying to think of the word, but like determinations, no standards that need to be met. It is just love, because love. And if you show up and you be present, and even if you're not, and even if you're a dick, and even if you don't deserve it, they will love you. And they will love you endlessly. And I think, as I said, it's your duty, your honor, and your obligation to show up and be fucking worthy of said love. To be worthy of that love and adoration. And when they're small, most of the time that's just being present. It's just showing up. It's just being there and loving them back and spending time with them and playing with them. But that privilege comes with other things as well. It comes with, well, I think you need to be the best version of yourself. And I firmly fucking believe And if you're going to raise the best possible children, you need to lead by example. Because they don't grow up based on what you say. They don't build their personalities and their belief systems and things like that based on what you say. They do it based on who you are and what you do. So what you do matters. How you lead by example fucking matters. How you choose to live your life matters. So you can't fob it off on being like, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm all right. No, you need to be out there being the best version of yourself. You are going to be your daughter's first love and your son's first hero. Be worthy of that. Be worthy of being that, of being someone's hero, of being someone's love. Go out and be your best version. And that's not about having a six-pack. That's not about being just fit. It's about who you become along that journey. It's about who you become in the process of being in incredible fucking shape. And then the things that it allows you to do after that. It allows you to undertake anything you want. It allows you to have practiced so hard that when life gets hard, you're ready to handle it. That you can't be fucked with because you're a man who actively and willingly and joyously chooses to do hard shit on a daily basis. How are they going to fuck with you? Like, how are you not going to step up when life gets hard and you handle it? And those are the skills that you are passing along to your children. And I think it's really, really fucking important that you do everything in your power to be worthy of that love and adoration, that you choose to go out and be the greatest version of yourself. And that can apply to all areas. As I said, fitness is always the starting point. It is the part that, the genesis to everything else. It's not the only thing. It's just the beginning. So it needs to be in things like fitness, in money, in wealth, in happiness, in relationships, in all these kinds of things. But being in great shape is the starting point that opens up a lot of that stuff for you. That opens up the opportunities for that stuff to come to fruition. That's why we start with that it builds grit, it builds determination, it builds discipline, it builds mental fortitude, it builds a zero-choice mentality, it builds the capacity to do hard shit, to handle it, to be able to look at that and go, fuck yes, because when I overcome, I'm going to feel fucking amazing. And also that you just build it into the norm for your children. My kids think it's weird that other people don't work out. My kids think that working out is just what everybody does. And you go for a weighted walk every day, that you just go outside and exercise and do fun things like that. They just think that's the norm. They think that reading books is a normal thing, that why wouldn't everybody have lots of books in their house? They think that eating good food is normal. We built this from the beginning, not because we've told them, not because we've enforced it, not because we've made them, but because of how we live. You lead by example, and it will show. And the other side of that is stress. Now, so often people look at stress as a negative. Stress is a privilege. Stress means you've got something to care about. You've got something on the line. You've got something to prove. And something that matters. That's good. That's good. Now utilize that. Now stand tall. Now take that stress and make it something. Channel it into something. Turn it into something. Stress is a privilege. And when people place stress on you, it means that they feel that you are worthy, that you are capable, that you are able to handle that load and come out the other side victorious. That's a privilege. When your family expects you to provide and to look after them, that's a privilege. That's not a stress in the classic sense that people like to think about. No, that's a fucking privilege. That you get to rise to that situation, that you get to rise up in that moment to be the greatest version of yourself. That's why we talk about with chasing greatness. It's why it's every day. It's why it's progressed. It's why it gets harder, because it's about learning to handle the fucking stress. It's about learning to do the work, to continue to show up, to be able to handle it. It's like the classic one, if you ever played sports, you want to practice so hard that the game is easy. This is what we're doing. We are practicing so hard that the game of life is fucking easy. And you just show up and you're like, well, cool. Just another day. Oh, another challenge, another stress moment, another thing for me to overcome, another thing for me to push through and see who I can be. Another moment to test myself. You know, built into chasing greatness, if you get into the full thing, are test days. And some are by choice, some are deliberate, some are let's push you further than you think is possible and see what you are capable of. See where you can end up. Others are, well, that's just life. Life is going to fucking test you sometimes. Life is going to throw curveballs at you, and it's going to see how committed you are to this outcome. And test days are great. That's when you find out how far you've come. That's how you find out where your mental capacity's at. How strong is your mental toughness right now? Where's your fortitude? Where's your grit? Where's your determination? How much can you handle doing this moment? That's what we want. We're going to be tested and know that you're up to scratch, or find out that you're not. And so then we double down and we work harder. And this process is never ending because, well, as I said, it's a fucking privilege. It's a privilege to be placed in these situations. And you must keep elevating. You must continue to push forward. You must continue to rise to the situation, to be worthy of that love, to be worthy of that stress that has been placed on your shoulders. You must be worthy of it. And how do you do that? By doing the work. By sacrificing things that don't matter, things that are unimportant, things that don't provide value in your life, for the things that truly do matter, things that are going to, well, leave a legacy, that are going to leave the things that matter to you. I had someone push back on me on this the other day, and they're like, well, what's the fucking point of life if I can't enjoy those things? And I've had this discussion before, especially around junk food, but it applies to all things that are dopamine chasing and simple things. And I was like, well, you find out what the things that actually matter in life, the things that are actually valuable, the things that are actually going to provide happiness and enjoyment and fulfillment, not sedation. And I'm not going to lie though. I'm not going to lie to you. It is not an easy transition, and it's not a permanent one. You're not just going to be like, sweet, I am now done with dopamine chasing. I'm never going to be, attracted to doing those things again. No, fuck no. This shit is hard. Everybody likes sedation. Everybody likes just switching off. Everybody likes those kinds of things. It's why it's so fucking popular. It's why it's so easy. It's why the majority of the population is fucking addicted to it. Because it feels good in the moment. But that's the catch. That's the phrasing, in the moment. I spoke about it the other day. You aren't going to be on your deathbed and being like, man, I'm really glad I fucking ate that bag of chips, or had that glass of wine, or that pizza, or those memes or those reels were fucking perfect. No, it's going to be the moments with your children, with your family. It's going to be the things that were special, the special trips, the special opportunities you had. It's the ability to grow up, to watch your children become incredible fucking human beings, and know that you played a part in it because of the sacrifices and the choices that you made for that. Those are the things that on your deathbed you're going to be proud of. So yeah, I'm saying sacrifice your TV. I'm saying sacrifice your wine. I'm saying sacrifice your junk food. I'm saying sacrifice your social media. It ain't going to be fucking easy, but it's going to be worthwhile. The things that are worthwhile, that provide that level of satisfaction and fulfillment, are fucking difficult. That's why the majority of people don't do it. And it's why you gain so much value from being able to do it. But just because I'm saying to give those things up doesn't mean you give up everything. I spend hours a day with my children. I am privileged and I am honored by the love that I get, that they have bestowed upon me. As I said, I didn't want to be kicked in the back last night all night. I didn't want to have little hands in my face. I didn't want my daughter to come in and scare the living shit out of me in the middle of the night. But I am honored and privileged to have that. That our bed is the safest place in the world for my son. That my daughter, when she wakes up, won't go back to sleep until she feels loved and snugged, as we call it, snug as a bug in a rug with love, in her bed. That she needs that to feel like she is safe and loved and adored to go back to sleep. That is a fucking honor, and that is a privilege, and one that I refuse to squander, one I refuse to waste. So no, I'm not saying don't spend time with your family. I'm not saying work yourself into the ground that you miss out on those things. I'm saying evaluate the choices that you make on the time that you have, and make sure that you are honoring those who love and adore you. Honoring those who place stress and challenges in front of you. Honoring them with your time, with your attention, with you being the greatest version of yourself. And it means that if you are not with them, if you are not progressing yourself forward, if you are not doing things that are going to make you a better version of yourself, the top three, is it making you money? Is it making you happier? Is it making you better? If it doesn't fall under those three categories, don't fucking do it. If you're going to take time away from your family, if you're going to take time away from those that love you and adore you and have placed that honor upon you, make sure that that time is utilized to the best capacity, that it is used to grow you, it is used to refresh you and rejuvenate you so that you can show up better, or it is used to create a better life. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to be cognizant of how we are using our time. We need to be cognizant of what we're utilizing it on. And we need to be aware of the privilege and the honor that is bestowed upon us because we are loved. That we have people in our lives that love us and adore us, and that we need to be worthy of that. We need to make choices every day to be worthy of that great fucking privilege. Especially if your kids are young, especially if they're really young, because that will dissipate faster than you want to admit, faster than you think it will happen. So you need to be aware of it and be grateful of it, and make clear, positive choices, the right choices towards what's going to honor that the most while it is in that phase. Because it's cliche as fuck, but that time will pass faster than you can imagine. And look, I'm still in the early fucking years of it, but I am shocked at how fast those first 4 years have gone. And I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to squander a single moment of this. I want it to be continue to be the greatest thing. And it is the greatest privilege and honor of my life to be loved and adored by those two perfect children. And I want to wake up every single day and do the work so that I am worthy of that love. So that I continue to be and grow up as they grow up to be the man that they believe that I am. That's what I fight for. That's what I do this for. That's why I keep showing up. And it's why I'm so harsh on myself when I fall down and I fail that. Because I have failed those two perfect little children in their love and adoration. And I pick myself up and make sure I do better next time. So if you're ready to push yourself into that, to see what you are capable of, to chase your greatness so that you can be worthy of that love, to be the best version of yourself as well, shoot me a message. Let's get you into Chasing Greatness Daily. Let's begin that process. Now, as always, if you're not quite ready for that, click the link in my biography, my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, as always, if this spoke to you, if you enjoyed it, if you know someone else who needs to hear this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. But most importantly, subscribe. Because it lets me know, lets you know, lets the universe know that you are serious about making this change, that you're serious about doing something to become the greatest version of yourself. So hit the subscribe button, because like everything in Chasing Greatness Daily, I am here every single day, rain, hail, shine, no matter what. And I want to see you again tomorrow. So until then.